a lot of the things. But a lot of the arrangements that I have a rule of thumb to try to put 5 different textures, and you can see we have very similar plants, but different textures on some of these. And surprisingly, this is eucalyptus that people probably see. This is eucalyptus with seeds on it. Another eucalyptus. This and this. So there's many types of eucalyptus. When you go to like the floral wholesaler, you'll see many types of eucalyptus. I think the seeded is very cool to drape. So on this arrangement, and Bonnie, if you'll come and help. Sure. We're going to cut some of these pieces, and typically I will leave an inch. Okay. But if you would cut these and drape. This down so people can see.
At a 45-degree angle, right?
Yes.
Yep.
45 degrees.
And you want me just to?
Yeah, and I think they should drape, but let's try to drape a little. So let's continue with the edge. More. That one's kind of.
It's kind of
I think
sad.
that's sad. There you go. This branches.
Okay.
That's sad. Okay, so I'm thinking of myself. What type of flowers or what type of situation should I create? And say it's for a centerpiece of a table like this. And typically you don't want to have your arrangement for a table too high because it's going to block the view of the liner across from each other. So for this arrangement, I think.
Bunch of flowers over here.
Yeah, let's put the front. So let's first look at some of the spray roses, which are short. We can use shorter and they're a beautiful bloom. And on the back of these, on roses, these are the guard petals. And and you can take any of the material that's kind of dead looking. But typically I take the guard petals off, and to open the rose, to make it large, you can use your fingers and do this and make it larger.
Or not?
I think we're good for a bit.
Okay.
Okay, now you're going to do some roses.
Okay.
So we're going to start. Do you want to do what I did?
I don't
those?
do it. Okay. Open it up.
Take your guard petals
Take the
off,
guard petals off. Okay.
and then you're going to just use your finger and make it larger. Open it up.
Reflex those petals open.
Yeah, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, they're beautiful. These are, I have 2 types. I have one set that came from the Costco, and I thought theirs were not as good. But see here, 45-degree angle, and I'm saying this will be beautiful. And what I'm doing is putting it a little bit closer to center.
Can I leave this together?
Yes, yes, I think that would be very nice.
I don't want to cut too short, but
Right. No, I think that's great. And some of these, here's another of this. And this is, I think, called Datura or Wild Carrot. Bishop's, not bishop's weed, ladies
mantle.
mantle, not ladies mantle.
No, it's not based.
I
don't know what it is.
It's like a purple.
Like
Yeah,
Dara.
it's called Dara.
Queen
Dara,
Anne's lace,
that's
yes,
it,
Dara.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so I'm gonna put in an angle. And what I'm trying to do is put things in angles. Sometimes I think north, south, east, west. Sometimes I think triangles. But to have things stagger in the arrangement and have some space around it, you get a spotlight of the flowers. And especially these roses. I think and of course we want to keep our phone covered, so we got to do some lower elements.
Let's just elevate this.
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
can see what's going on.
Thank you. So here, Somebody was for me.
Sure.
And let's put the roses there, kind of be a spot. Here. More roses, and we don't have to do the guard petals and,
Oh,
but I'm going to. I
Okay.
mean, we don't need to, I would if we had a bunch of time in our hands, but we don't.
I'm gonna let you arrange them,
Okay,
just
okay.
because.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna tell you what is in my mind
Uh-huh.
as I'm going through, if that's helpful to people. I hope it is. But, so I'm going to put the cluster of roses sort of together, stagger just a little bit. But we're also gonna have lithianthus in there. And it's a beautiful flower, so we'll just hold those down. So, do you want to cut some lithianthus?
Why doing this? What do I do with this? It's really pretty.
It's beautiful.
I don't want to.
Yeah, and typically you try to, on this arrangement, we're making it shorter than normal
Okay. we're
because
gonna
it's
go
for
right
dyeing.
above this node. Oops,
Mhm.
there went one.
That's all right, just tuck it in somewhere else.
And if you tuck it in and it's in the wrong spot, there's, you want to recut and you don't want to push your flower back in the same hole because it collapses the water, it's no longer going to process water if this is clogged.
So once you put it in, if you haven't put it in the right spot, just cut it off at the base of your oasis.
No.
No,
Okay, I would take it out, so I don't like it here.
uh-huh,
So I would take it out. You don't put it in the same hole.
right,
Yeah,
Right.
so you got to go to a different spot in the oasis. Yeah,
okay,
so it's sort of yes, but
okay.
actually you don't want it anywhere near the same spot. So I messed this up. And I want it shorter. So I don't want there, you see there was a hole.
You don't want that.
I don't want to just go in there. Yeah, exactly. And lithianthus lasts a very long time. So that is a good flower for this arrangement.
They should, they take forever to grow.
No kidding.
That's true.
They're on target with that, yes,
Better last long.
yes,
Sorry,
it's, and they're difficult to start, I think.
I haven't attempted, I just have a friend that tried it the first time this year.
Same. Yeah, they are difficult and expensive. I don't know about plums.
First plug is the way to go.
Me too, because I think it gets to, they gotta be like 4 or 5 months old just to plant out the seedlings. That's a long time.
It also gives you something fun to play with in December.
That's true,
I
that's
used to
true.
something,
Yeah, when
you're
you
like, okay, I can start.
can't wait to start something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get you through the winter doldrums, that's for sure.
What do you think about one dahlia?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a Dahlia.
Mhm.
Why are we here?
If I had more, I would have brought more, but I don't have that many.
They're not here yet, are they?
Jim's getting some, right?
You.
Yeah, I have a few singles, but nothing real impressive yet.
I've had some.
This is.
That's cute.
Yes, and that will cover the phone. And
I
that's
just have to-
lacy enough that the person, maybe a little
Mhm.
crosses.
Just kind of airy.
Yeah, so I try to do maybe 3 of something just as a,
Okay.
that makes that statement. This I have 2 minutes. Very good Facebook. Better, then we need something here.
Okay.
Probably some
Yeah,
roses, even
yeah,
this
yeah.
cluster of roses, I think would be pretty here.
We need more, one over here, and then something coming out the edge of this.
Okay.
I'm just,
You
don't listen to me, but.
No, you're right on target. And you need to stand back and look. So if you're too close, it's,
You might misjudge the balance that's going on
the
there.
balance and, you need to, typically at home, I use a lazy Susan, just a 12-inch $7 thing.
That's
I
a great
got
idea.
on Amazon. Okay, you wanna turn it around?
Yeah, let's
Ooh,
look at
lovely.
it all sides.
Yeah, we need something there, don't we? Do this, Dahlia. Look at what we got.
Going so far.
That little green mom might be pretty in there too, you think? Or you have a special spot for that?
No, I think it's kind of getting
It's too much.
getting a lot
Okay.
of different stuff.
Too
It
much.
gets too much.
Okay,
I think we're
okay.
at the quarter spot where we might be getting too much.
Okay.
Yeah. And something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Marjorie, are these also mums?
Those are
These little ones?
Those are
Yeah.
real tiny mums. Yeah. Okay.
Nice to look.
Well, this is kind of talking to me here.
There, do it.
It's just.
And here's the other ones.
Yeah. There's a few in there already.
Yeah, right there, yeah.
Right there.
Cause you've got another.
So
tall one.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe another one too.
It's pretty, keeps your eye
I
moving
do
around.
like that.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
it's just kind of,
Yeah, and you do want your eyes to move. See, she has this curve coming this way. And I like, so the full arrangement, let's put it on a table like we are.
Dining.
These girls are gonna have a special lunch.
Pretty arrangement
You
over
like
here,
that?
girls.
okay.
So the next one.
Mhm.
Thanks again, short base. And we need to use the tool to get some of this material off the bottom.
That stem is laying over here, Marjorie. That stem slippers.
And we need water, so I think there is a system. Here, can we get it? I think, yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah, we'll get these watered and we need to put the floral in the water. So we'll do that. And while she's doing that, it says no. Oh. I did for you. Oh, okay, we won't put it in the sink.
Looks like we got a couple of questions in our
Okay.
chat. Martha's asking what Dahlia is in there. And, here. Looks like Jason said they're doing pretty good because they've already been cutting dahlias for weeks.
Yeah, same here. Are you serious?
I have a few, not many.
Okay. One of the dahlias is, I believe it is, Linda's baby. But each one of them, I did not do good this year keeping track. Now, if you notice, and you might want to zoom in here.
Yeah.
These pinches that I did really didn't stay.
Mhm.
To give me the room, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
didn't really stay, but we'll continue on as if there's room in this. So what I do with, it depends on what I have. If I have more flowers than greenery, I put in my flowers. If I have more greenery than flowers, which I do here, we're gonna put in the greenery first, yeah. Okay, so I'll start and we'll just continue. And we want to, again, have some sort of movement and flow. You do not want your foliage to go into the water. And I find if I cross the stems, I have a vase that's similar to, I'll go with it. If I have a vase like this, I don't need to use tape on top. I will just cross the branches. And you can also, rather than putting it in the vase, you can do this in your hand. And then put it in a vase. It's strange, isn't it? Now this is Solomon seed. And it serves me super well. It's a perennial, it grows, it's a native here in Kansas. And it gives you a lot of structure to support your flowers. So I think maybe just
Keep cutting.
yeah, you would be cutting, and let's just move this.
So a fresh cut, always a fresh cut,
Yes,
and that 3, maybe?
yeah,
3.
3. And this can be a big arrangement. So we're gonna use the bigger flower, the bigger dahlia.
Okay.
And this dahlia is poker, but I don't think it is poker. It's so good. It's supposed to have colors around the edge of the petal, like red around the edge of the petal. And maybe because it's fresh, new. This I should cut. So this is going to be the focal flower. And does not want to stand up, so we're gonna need to, here he goes. Yeah, he's doing better now. But yeah, so
Sometimes this will give me some instructions.
yes.
See if we can get that.
So this is definitely, you might want this for dining table arrangement, but it would work well for a corner
Yeah, entryway
Table.
table or something.
desk, somebody's desk. So I'm picking, a lot of times what I use for colors is this, I'm doing mainly monotone pinks in this demonstration. But typically I'll let the flowers kind of decide what the color palette will be. And whoops, that's too tall. It is kind of difficult with that tape line to get through there, isn't it?
You said a fresh cut, and you harvested, put it in a bucket of water, you still cut again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And about every other day, I will take the arrangement out. So you leave them long to begin with. And then every other day I take the arrangement out. So this tape, it wouldn't work on it. The foam, it doesn't work. But with the base, I will take the arrangement out, cut the bottom, rinse the base, and if it's dirty, I wash it with soap and water. And then rehydrate it with the treated, floral food water and put it back in. So you cut the stems just as they're going in new, and that's why florists need the long stems too. Because you would be cutting, hopefully it lasts a week and you'll be taking about 7 inches off the stem as it continues in your vase. But I can, yeah, this is very pretty. And what do you want to put these in? And hold that dahlia up as it goes.
Yeah.
And I
Here,
think
baby.
just those 3 types of flowers will work for this one well. Sometimes that has so much texture with the foliage that we don't need an extra, a whole lot of extra. It up.
Yeah. Hold that baby up. There.
Yes, that's one. And negative space, let the flowers breathe. This is going to. That. And you can see some of the stem doesn't have much value to it, so I'm taking it off. And recut. And what do you think? Do we need something?
Let's turn it around and just see what it goes over here. I need a little,
We need something.
we need to hide this mechanics.
Yes, we do. And I think we need something back behind the dahlia. This. Let's also try. You think the green one, we got a lot of green stone. A little bit too much. Okay.
Up here.
The mums are kind of, should call them dirty, but they're difficult, they're more difficult to clean up than some, and their leaves also, sort of, get moldy quickly, so the blooms themselves last a long time, but the foliage gets moldy quickly, so I try to keep it at. So one thing about your garden flowers and kind of the frustration about it is you don't like, you can go to the floral shop and get whatever you want. But in your garden, your palette is what is ready. So this beautiful dahlia is ready. The rest of the palette doesn't really match that. So we'll make it work. And then for a show, and Jim, this would work for a show, right? Sort of.
Well, it's a peony variety, it's got an open center, only peony varieties. Yeah, it doesn't look like a peony.
Okay.
Judgment standpoint.
No, that's what I want to hear.
That's the feedback we needed.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Well, yeah, your singles,
Yeah.
colorettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You ready?
I
You
think
good with that?
people,
Beautiful.
do you think that is good?
Fully.
That's me.
Thank you so much. Okay, last one. So- And we'll need some water.
What makes that one not a piece? They have too many layers.
I think she did tuck it in the arrangement. Guess it got too dark again. All right,
So
guys.
let's get a lot of flowers here, so we're gonna use the flowers on.
Okay.
So this will be the opposite of what we talked about is, instead of more greens first, we're gonna go flowers first. So I'm going to pass the flowers over to this one. Okay.
Okay.
So these, again, if you look at the quality of this came from our Costco buy, and it's pretty much on its way out, I would say, but it may give us a little bit of life. And you can see the chicken wire wants to jump out. So this is the Costco spray rose compared to the floral stores spray rose, and you can see there's quite a difference with longevity. So I'm just pulling off the old blooms there. Not me, but this is a carnation, which lasts a very long time. But for some reason, I don't know, it's like everything, there's flower snobs, and a lot of
There's a
them
stigma.
do not like carnations or baby's breath. And baby's breath has an odor to it, so I can kind of understand baby's breath. Carnations, I think, can smell wonderful, but
They're great.
I think that the smell's all been bred out of them.
Yeah.
Look pretty.
They're beautiful, I think. No, that's from the
Costco.
Costco. Yeah. I got this. Yeah, that, yours will look better. Yes, it will, for sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and on when you're cutting dahlias or any plant, you can get these barbs where you cut leaves off, so remove the barbs so that it goes through the vase cleanly. Yeah, let's turn this around.
There's a floral designer that I follow that takes carnations, holds them open and takes a third of the petals out. And they very cool after that.
Oh, here, you
I've
wanna
seen
do it for
something
us?
like that, but I didn't know on the
Yeah.
taking a third out. Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
greenways and, sometimes I think the flower itself arranges on its stem really, really well, so I just leave it this way. This one, I'm going to do that. These need work, don't they? Ooh, this is not good flower.
It's losing its.
Yes, it's just, it
Dropping
looks
a
like
lot
it's
of
not
petals.
going to
falling
open, but
about,
it's
yeah.
just
Okay.
Out of shed.
good place to get flowers. Costco handles their flowers usually well. Trader Joe's is a good place in the morning.
Sam's Club
Sam's Club,
is
yeah,
good too.
yeah.
They have great flowers.
yeah. The thing about Trader Joe's is I think that florists are even buying their flowers. And when you go there, they can be out of flowers. And the general public, I think, when they pick up and reinsert the flowers back in those buckets, they can do a lot of damage. So be sure and look at what you're getting when you're buying flowers. And when you do get your flowers home, recut them and process them with your floral food and antibacterial so that,
Stay nicer longer.
yeah, you want to keep them nice, you know, it's an investment to get flowers and you want to keep them as long as you can. Okay, I'm going to do some of the
His name is
These poor babies.
Kristen Griffin.
That's Tristan.
He's done what, talk shows.
Oh,
He's cute.
yeah,
Yes.
I took a KI class with him. Yeah, and I got that book. So that's what I took out.
That's so
Probably could take anymore.
That's just beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I like the reach of that
I do
Oh, he's very good.
bud on there. That's nice.
Yeah, but it's like that great, really.
That cool. Too much?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go this way with it.
Mini
Yeah.
ones, and you know
I
how
like
sometimes
that.
they're
I
really
like the height
tight,
you made.
Like,
Make
those
it-
looser too, by, like, have you ever done that? Like, you split the outside.
So what do
And
you
then
think
you
as
rub
far as
together
more
and then
greenery?
Oh, I saw that. I've seen one like
They're,
that.
like, not so.
Some lightness.
tight.
Yeah.
I think.
What did you say that you do?
Well, if you have mini
Like this.
mini carnations, they're like.
Never done it before.
Really just tight.
Yeah, it changes the whole.
You just bring a little bit of
outside.
green
Yeah, that
in
was
the-
cool.
Yeah, that maybe it's too much.
And then on the road, you don't.
So it kind of.
I think that's
Down
okay.
gets some
That's
fresh.
another spike. That's good.
That's lovely.
Okay, so
Let's show
let's
us
point
what
out,
Heidi, come and tell us what you did.
so Heidi had kind of reflexed these petals and removed a third out of the center. Is that right?
Yeah.
So it just kind of gives the carnation a flatter but fuller look.
Yes.
Even with fewer petals, it kind of gives that a
Yeah.
different
It
texture.
almost looks like a
Then-
pansy.
Yeah.
That's more
Yes,
Yeah,
what the two of them looked like.
pretty.
That's actually.
yes, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, thank you. That's a great tip. I think on a lot of the flowers, they read the scent off the flower.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I am
Started getting with my, I have lights with them.
a greenery.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, I think we could tuck some in the base there to kind of cover the mechanics a little. That's nice.
Yeah, it's good.
And if you don't like something that's hanging out, just cut it off.
True.
Like, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Looks like Mark mentioned on the chat that a lot of the arrangements should be refrigerated at night. It can extend the vase life.
Yes, definitely. That's what I do with mine. Okay, so these arrangements I'm going to give here to the Discovery Center because they do so much.
Oh, that's nice.
But we have a
idea.
lot of leftovers. And I brought what I use for my friends is I arrange in Quick Trip cups and give them the Quick Trip cup because it's easy for them to take home.
Sure.
One thing we talked about was hand bouquets. Making an arrangement in your hand, so I'm gonna do that with these leftovers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bonnie. So let's give Bonnie an applause.
I didn't know you were coming to work.
Thank you. I'm glad you did. You're our artistic person.
Thanks for the help.
Me too.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is a hand arrangement. And what we're doing is I'm holding the arrangement like this in my hand. And you probably have seen these with people that have an arrangement where it circles around like in a tent, like a tent. So I'm
Cross your
using
stem.
the extra material, and for each piece, you twist. So I'm putting in, and some of these things, yeah, it's trash, but this is to learn, not to judge. This is a great, great materials, but it will work. So you twist and turn.
Add another element.
Yes, each element and a twist. And it takes quite a few elements, more than what we have here. But you can get the gist of how to do it. And the pieces have to be long, but a lot of times what they use for hand bouquets are done this way. And it's kind of difficult to hold it and keep it spread out when it's a short stem. So, and some people will do this upside down. I'm challenged to do it right side up. So this is a technique that a lot of designers will use. And you'll see at the very end that all of their stems will be spread out and apart. And then they can bind it with a wire wrap or just wire here at the center and have a nice thing that can be used for a bridal bouquet or anything. And they cut the bottoms off here. Again, see, these are too short of stems, but they would cut the bottom off so they're all the same length. And it would stand up on its own. But if we don't have enough elements to do that. But what I will do is make one of my quick trip arrangements out of this. And we'll draw numbers, take a number, guess a number, and somebody can take this home. Some of these. This eucalyptus is very difficult to get off, so when you get home with it, you'll want to take it off. So twist. So it's like a quarter twist for each element. Definitely try. This will be a nice element for it. So what it does in your design is it gives you, by doing each element separate like this, you get the variety and you aren't going to have 5 different things because you're picking up something different each time together. So that is about all I think that we have that will fit in this. When you get home with this, you would want to how to get the bottom limbs off, but it can go together pretty quickly and make a nice, when you're out in the yard, you can get it done while you're picking your flowers. So I'll put some water in this.
See some of our other arrangements.
So The very last thing we're going to do. Let's do it with this one, and we'll do each one. This is a finishing spray. And it puts a coating on the flowers to keep the hydration up. There's one they use for corsages and boutonnieres, and this guy needs to be cut back, but you can do that at home. So you want to liberally spray. And this will be the very last thing you would do. And, oh, we can put it down here.
Marjorie, what's the name of the spray that you're using?
It is a Floral Life's Finishing Touch.
Where do you buy that? Online or?
I bought that online. You can get it, as a wholesaler, floral wholesalers, you can.
These florists or Sperry's, and they're nice
Yes.
because you don't have to have a tax ID to have a wholesale account with them. They're open to the
Exactly.
public, so
Yes.
they carry that and crowning glory.
Yes,
So who is that? Casey Flora Source is the name of it. It's not too far from IKEA. It's right actually by not is it WF or Beige Skinner. I forget which one it's really close to. But it's they're great because they're open to the public, but they are wholesale.
yeah, and I think they're open 7 to 3 or,
Yes, that's a good thing to remember. So you don't want to try to go on that.
yeah, they're amazing. I got most of the, between Costco and them, that's where the flowers.
Oh, yeah, I love them. And Andrea is the owner and she's designed at the White House. She's amazing and she knows her stuff.
Yeah, that's it. And they actually have a lot of dahlias there. When I picked up my flowers, they had many dahlias. I was gonna buy any because they're premium flower, dahlias are. Yeah,
they are.
Lynthanthus is a premium flower. Spray rose is not so premium, carnation's not so premium. But, so this will help hold the level of hydration and maybe give you a couple more days. So that wraps up what I was going to show. Thank you.
So the small ball, I bring them a big ball, keep it film. Even if they have to go away or something, that week before it's later.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Oh, yeah.
So,
All right. Set this down.
so we have
Dark again.
this. Okay, can you, so these ideally would go in your refrigerator until you're ready for your event or whatever. And what temperature do you think is the best temp for your dogs to stay at? Go ahead, tell me.
Oh, I think standard, right? Isn't standard refrigerator temperature range good, like 30 to 42-ish?
Yeah, 34 to 38 is the ideal temperature for your flowers. Now, the professional refrigerators have a hydration system and have fans. Our refrigerators, mine in the garage, is it dries things out. So it's not the ideal for flower arrangements, but just putting them in overnight helps. Oh, let's see. Anyone in the chat? And the dahlias, I'm sorry, I can't tell you all the dahlias. I think I have the tags down in the earth, and for some reason, I end up not giving, and it wouldn't be the correct name, so I'm not going to tell you the names. And refrigerated. The materials and accents, I think I said that, just so you know. Costco was used. and KC Floral Source, which is on, it's off I-35 and, Antioch on the north side of I-35. You can look up on they have a website, you can look up, it's KC Floral Source. And on the deck, I have their address. They're open from 7 to 3 and they're open on Saturday. I'd asked once, if you want to take a tour, I've asked them if they, I could bring 4 or 5 people. They're happy to do that. They're very accommodating, very good people, very nice. Like you said, Andrea is amazing, the owner. And they get great stock. I think they're really, really nice materials. Okay, any questions on Zoom? Sorry, this little camera's had has had better days. Any questions in here?
I've never been to like the state fair for Dahlia for like I've done other things like showing like my hostilities and that has to be like entirely my own, right? But like, so whenever it's like arrangements that show, like people can actually buy some material and then next, or is this all spelled out?
Jim is out there, will be there at the fair. Go ahead, Jim.
Showing single values.
Sure, that's.
For arrangements, you can buy or use something. You don't have to grow your material for arrangement.
But like, are there the Dahlias?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
so that's
value
the-
show, so it has to be,
Dahlia.
we say predominantly value. So if you've got, 4 dahlias and 3 roses, you're okay, but you don't want 1 dahlia and then everything else. Yeah, it needs to be predominant. So it looks like a dahlia.
Yeah. And were you here when there's themes? So
Yeah,
you,
I saw that and I had seen that before and I didn't understand. So that's why I just haven't seen.
yeah, I mean, you can follow, yes. You get points, right, Jim, for creativity and
Well, I need
Following
to
the-
shut because when it comes to an arrangement, I go, yeah, that looks good. I'm really not gonna have everything. Well, I can judge a dahlia, but this is, I just don't know, I don't intend to.
Cheryl is a
Somebody
pro.
trying to judge, it becomes a beauty contest for me. Frankly, I don't know the trade.
Yeah, you're on
And I
target.
always find it difficult. I always kind of hold back, try to listen to what people say. And yeah, it makes sense.
And our arrangements, if you notice, you can see my stems.
Yeah.
Cheryl's a garden club member and a lot of our garden clubs
Yeah.
follow their rules.
Yeah.
And Cheryl, tell us about that.
Yeah, like this one here where you see the stems, that would be disqualified.
Oh,
You would have to cover.
the clear vase.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It would be disqualified.
Could you use a clear vase and put
Something around it.
or in it? Like
Yeah.
I've seen where they've used hosta leaves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else as far as the garden club?
No, other than our show is gonna be the first weekend of September,
Cool.
so we welcome you to bring your dahlias.
Thank you. And they want specimens.
Yeah.
Their members do the arrangements and their arrangements are amazing. They will have a shadow box. And they're very, in fact, I have one of yours here.
This year, we're doing underwater design.
Uh-huh.
So I've already done one class. I'm gonna do one more class. So hopefully 4 people, while 3 more will sign up for underwater design. That's really big in the African Bible area community.
So this was, I made a screenshot of
Wasn't it bird?
the bird.
That means build.
This was Cheryl's arrangement at the garden club.
Whole arrangements under the wall.
Oh my.
right?
That's gotta,
Yeah.
Describe it, Cheryl.
Well, you know, I get ideas for things, so I didn't dream that whole thing up. And it's like, well, I really like that, and I think I could do that, so I ordered the bird of paradise. And I think I got the dahlias at Trader Joe's. And the leaves that are the tail of the plant I have at home. So I just kind of look at other people's work, and then it's like, I can do something similar to that,
And that's a candlestick, correct?
Yeah.
That's holding it up?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think there are a couple different art museums that do this in the country, but I went last year in Minneapolis to their Art in Bloom.
Yeah.
Where they pair a florist with a painting or a work of art in the museum. And they're displayed for like 4 days and they're all inspired. Some of them match like nearly perfectly. It's unbelievable. And some of them just loosely inspired by, but it is.
I did
it
that
is-
this year.
Did you?
The last one I went to was Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
They do it all over.
yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, that would be fun to do.
Yeah.
It's just-
Fun to see.
yeah.
There's so many good florists here in the city that it would be fun for them to do it and
Yeah.
to see what they come up with.
Wilson Atkins.
Yeah, the Atkins is so incredible. Yeah, so with that, I think we concludes the demo unless you have questions. Okay, so we typically don't record the business meeting, but we can do it. Let me pull up the agenda here. And call the meeting to order. Is there any new business? New business? And as far as old business, we did ask by email for people to volunteer if they want to become an officer. You will learn a lot. You'll get a lot of exposure to, you know, the gardening community and the garden clubs. So if you're interested, please let us know. Ask any questions. We would love to have more people volunteer. Our bylaws say that we need to change every 2 years.
Are
Yes,
there rules about where you have to live?
no.
Okay.
No. And let's see what else. I did go to the farm in Eudora, the Giving Garden in Eudora. Amazing how their lithianthus is, and that's where we donated a lot of tubers to them. Mark, let me get Mark and see what he has. The treasurer's report was sent out. I think there's a $10,000 plus. In the treasury now, I can pull that up so that people can see that. Sorry, there, I can pull it up.
You can just do ballpark, Marjorie.
Pardon me?
You can just do ballpark number.
I did. Here's the minutes from June. And is there any questions on those? That should be 2025. There's a correction. Okay. And the other file I'll open.
What was that?
You see, we get all these addresses. I can. It's on hard drive.
I think there's enough money for all of us to go to Costa Rica.
I'd like that.
Yeah. We'll call it a mission trip.
Okay, so here's the treasurer's report. the beginning balance, what we spent in April. And I think where he has, oh, he took cash out for the sale. And then he deposited for the sale. We had dues. Mark has donations that was given to him, when he gave some people some tubers. Mark, do you want to report on that?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of tubers from Sarah Yardley at the Yardley Farms, and I solicited interest in those, and I've got 3 people. I got one $10 donation and two $40 donations that I need to get to the proper location.
Well, that's Ron, and Ron's not here today, but
Oh,
I will either, if it's okay with everyone, I could put a donation element on our website so that you can go in and make a donation. Mark could do the donations. Squarespace takes a cut for the payment processing, like 3%, which I think it's worth it. So, is there a motion that we? Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor, aye.
aye.
Opposed? No one? Okay, so I will add that to our website.
How much are dues?
Dues are $5.
How do we, I did that last time.
Yeah, I know, I was.
Okay, website, yeah.
It's on the website, yeah. Or you can pay Ron, but honestly, it's better for us if you pay. Yeah, so this is the website. And
Who's that?
are under shopping. And then our dahlias that we sold last year under Dahlia sale. So go to dues, you can also look and see what blooms were in the sale. So if you bought from us and you forget what it was, and that could be me, you can see the pictures, the imagery we have, stay up this year. And then next year we'll repopulate the store with new tubers that people have donated. So,
How do people donate tubers?
they, if you want to donate, you just let us know.
Okay.
And then we have an app that you
Yeah.
can fill out. And then we also have, we need to know to add things to the store. So,
Okay.
typically we have classified tubers,
Yeah, named right.
name varieties that are in the ADS classification system. We do have some unknowns, but typically we just give those away.
Okay. Do you have rules on like, you've disinfected your tools and all that kind of stuff?
We'd like to do that.
Okay.
Definitely if there's any signs of disease,
Yeah.
don't bring it in. But, sometimes you don't know until the next year that you had gall in that, but the cluster of tubers may not display that in the fall. We had one customer say that they had gall on their tuber, but they didn't send a picture. So it's kind of hard, and we don't guarantee it, but in that case, we did give this guy a refund because he's pretty insistent. Typically, we don't give refunds. And we're volunteers. We're not certifying virus-free or, yeah. So, yeah, and even the galls and things can come from your garden and cross over to your dahlia. So it's a difficult situation, but boy, it's hot on the internet about galls and all over the place. What about galls? Yeah, still asking about it. It's 3 or 4 days together. It's gall. Mark, can you mute yourself, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, any other business? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Well, I'm other business.
Okay, Mark, go ahead.
I went to the Arboretum this week to take a pamphlet that I had from them for 40 years ago. And I started the process of trying to get them to let us host a Dahlia show at the Arboretum. And I'm very impressed with what facilities they have to
Mhm.
host. So I'm going to pursue that.
Okay. Do you, as large as that is and as diverse as the city, how about having a garden club? Like club, include more, make it more inclusive to Cheryl, what would you think?
For a flower show,
Yeah,
I'd be all in for that. I don't. Other members of the Oasis Garden.
well, I'm trying to think if we could somehow, it's a very difficult thing to do the shows and bring the materials and have the judges, and I think if we would expand it to the community,
Well, like our Oasis Garden, we just to the community.
mhm. And make it more Kansas City flower show, it would really help the Arboretum, I would think. You want to think about that, Mark, and making it, and I think we would gather members by having that.
The only question in my mind would be gardens being overextended with what we're asking them to do and bring. And I just don't know how much the garden has in terms of volume to participate. We have old settlers to participate in. But my thinking is to replace the Arboretum with the Powell Garden Show. So we would still have basically the same demand on the dahlias from the Kansas City Dahlia Society. So I'm not trying to make it bigger than it is right now, but mainly a change in location, which I think would be better for almost everybody. And the garden club, yeah, you guys want to come alongside, that would be great too.
Okay. Well, how about having a meeting with Mike, Jim, and Larry?
Yeah.
This, and before we move forward, I think those guys need to be involved.
Yeah, we're talking next year for this, so.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's plan a meeting with the show people, the directors and superintendent of the show, and see what the ideas are.
And I'll report on my progress with people at the Arboretum.
Yeah. Sounds good.
That's all I have.
Yeah. You want to schedule that, Mark?
I'll work on it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'll write a number down on my phone. With that, I think we're finished. So I'm going to close the Zoom session unless anything left. Motion to adjourn, anyone?
Going once, going twice, going three times. I move to adjourn.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Any seconds? Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks everybody for joining Zoom. We appreciate it. And I'm going to quit that. And now we are going to give the,
Marjorie, did you get an attendance sheet?
I will get one.
Okay. All right. I'd like to have that.
Yes, thank you. I'll get that.
Okay. Nice seeing everybody.